Hey there! Just kidding. Prince Gogo here with Princess Mirasol. Hello everybody, welcome to another video. And today we're gonna be reacting to 7th grade by Gary Soto. So yep, this is gonna be our first story we're gonna react to. So you ready for this, Mirasol? Yes I am. So anyways, let's get this party started.
7th grade by Gary Soto.
It says
On the first day of school, Victor stood in line half an hour before he came to a wobbly card table.
excuse me, is that a narrator? It is Qualco.
He was handed a packet of papers and a computer card on which he listed his one elective, French. He already spoke Spanish and English, but he thought someday he might travel to France where it was cool, not like Fresno, where summer days reached 110 degrees in the shade. There were rivers in France, huge churches, and fair-skinned people everywhere, the way there were brown people all around Victor.
Brown people is more like African people because they come from Africa.
Besides, Teresa, a girl he had liked since they were in catechism classes at school.
Wee beep. Sorry for following. It was just that I not. Russell, do you hear it? Anyways, let's keep reacting.
St. Teresa's was taking French too. With any luck, they would be in the same class. Teresa is going to be my girl this year.
In this hitting, the swapping method, everybody do the flop. Continue. I was just kidding if I say swap.
He promised himself as he left the gym full of students in their new fall clothes. She was cute and good at math too. Victor thought as he walked down the hall to his homeroom. He ran into his friend, Michael Torres, by the water fountain that never turned off.
What the Sigma?
They shook hands, Raza style, and jerked their heads at one another in saludo de bato. How come you're making a face? Asked Victor. I ain't making a face, essay. This is my face.
Faced by a face.
Michael said his face had changed during the summer. He had read in a GQ magazine that his brother had borrowed from the book mill and noticed that the male models all had the same look on their faces. They would stand, one arm around a beautiful woman, and scowl. They would sit at a pool, their rippled stomachs dark with shadow, and scowl. They would sit at dinner tables.
Wait, how much does this last? 11 minutes? Oh my god. I make this video faster so I listen. Then, room was Wesley.
Pool drinks in their hands, and scowl. I think it works, Mike said. He scowled and let his upper lip quiver. His teeth showed along with the ferocity of his soul.
Now that's making it short.
Belinda Reyes walked by a while ago and looked at me. He said, Victor didn't say anything, though he thought his friend looked pretty strange. They talked about recent movies, baseball, their parents, and the horrors of picking grapes in order to buy their fall clothes. Picking grapes was like living in Siberia, except hot and more boring. What classes are you taking? Michael said, scout. French. How about you? Spanish. I'm not so good at it, even if I'm mixing it. I'm not either, but I'm better at it than math, that's for sure. A teeny 3B bell propelled students to their homerooms. The two friends socked each other in the arm and went their ways. Victor thinking, man, that's weird. Michael thinks making a face makes him handsome. On the way to his homeroom, Victor tried to scowl. He felt foolish. He thought maybe it does work. He scowled with greater conviction. In homeroom, roll was taken, emergency cards were passed out, and they were given a bulletin to take home to their parents. The principal, Mr. Belton, spoke over the crackling loudspeaker, welcoming the students to a new year, new experiences, and new friendships. The students squirmed in their chairs and ignored him. They were anxious to go to first period. Victor said calmly, thinking of Teresa. He sat 2 rows away, reading a paperback novel. This would be his lucky year. She was in his homeroom and would probably be in his English and math classes, and of course French. The bell rang for first period, and the students heard it noisily through the door. Only Teresa lingered, talking to the home teacher. So you think I should talk to Mrs. Gaines? She asked the teacher. She would know about ballet. She would be a good bet, the teacher said. Then added, or the gym teacher, Mrs. Garza. Victor lingered, keeping his head down and staring at his desk. He wanted to leave when she did, so he could bump into her and say something clever. He watched her on the slide. As she turned to leave, he stood up and hurried to the door, where he managed to catch her eye. She smiled and said, hi, Victor. He smiled back and said, yeah, that's me. His brown face blushed. Why hadn't he said, hi, Teresa, or how was your summer, or something nice? As Teresa walked down the hall, Victor walked the other way, looking back, admiring how gracefully she walked, one foot in front of the other. So much for being in the same class, he thought. As he trudged to English, he practiced his scout. In English, they reviewed the parts of speech. Mr. Lucas, a portly man, waddled down the aisle, asking, what is a noun? A person, place, or thing, said the class in unison. Yes. Now somebody give me an example of a person. You, Victor Rodriguez. Teresa, Victor said automatically. Some of the girls giggled. They knew he had a crush on Teresa. He felt himself blushing again.
Can I fall off the cliff now? Nope. Really? Fine. I was gonna do that.
Correct, Lucas said. Now provide you with a place. Mr. Lucas called on a friendly kid and answered Teresa's house with a kitchen full of big brothers. After English, Victor had math, his weakest subject. He sat in the back of the class, hoping he would not be called on. Victor understood most of the problems, so like the teacher made it up as she went along. It was confusing, like the inside of a watch. After math, he had a 15-minute break in social studies and finally lunch. He bought tuna casserole with buttered rolls, some fruit cocktail, and milk. He sat with Michael, cracked a scowling between bites. Girls walked by and looked at him. See what I mean, Vic? Michael scowled. They love it. Yeah, guess so. They ate slowly, Victor scanning the horizon for a glimpse of Teresa. He didn't see her. She must have brought lunch, he thought, and is eating outside. Victor scraped his plate and left Michael, who was busy scowling at a girl 2 tables away. The small triangle-shaped campus bustled with students talking about their new classes. Everyone was in a sunny mood. Victor hurried to the bag lunch area, where he sat down and opened his math book. He raised his lips as if he were reading, but his mind was somewhere else. He raised his eyes slowly and looked around. No Teresa. He lowered his eyes, pretending to study, then looked slowly to the left. No Teresa. He turned the page in the book and stared at some math problems that scared him because he knew he would have to do them eventually. He looked to the right. Still no sign of her. He stretched out lazily in an attempt to disguise his snooping. Then he saw her. She was sitting with a girlfriend under a plum tree.
Girlfriend? Just kidding. Still doing it.
Victor moved to a table near her and daydreamed about taking her to a movie. When the bell sounded, Teresa looked up and their eyes met. She smiled sweetly and gathered her books. Her next class was French, same as Victor's. They were among the last students to arrive in class, so all the good desks in the back had already been taken. Victor was forced to sit near the front, a few desks away from Teresa, while Mr. Bueller wrote French words on the chalkboard. The bell rang and Mr. Bueller wiped his hands, turned to the class and said, Bonjour. Bonjour. Great for you students. Bonjour. Victor whispered. He wondered if Teresa heard him. Mr. Bueller said that if
Why are they speaking French here? Mirasol? Maybe because this is Spanish, English, and French? I guess so.
the students study hard, at the end of the year they can go to France and be understood by the populace. One kid raised his hand and asked, what's populace? The people of France. Mr. Bueller asked if anyone knew French. Victor raised his hand, wanting to impress Teresa. The teacher beamed and said, Je bien, parlez-vous français?
I don't speak French, thank you.
Victor didn't know what to say. The teacher wet his lips and asked something else in French. The room grew silent. Victor felt all eyes staring at him. He tried to bluff his way out by making noises that sounded French. La me beve mi con la grandma? He asked uncertain. Mr. Bueller, wrinkling his face in curiosity, asked him to speak up. Great rose bushes of red bloomed on Victor's cheeks. A river of nervous sweat ran down his palms. He felt awful. Teresa sat a few desks away, no doubt thinking he was a fool. Without looking at Mr. Bueller, Victor mumbled, Frenchie oh oui G in September.
Let's do it again.
Mr. Bueller asked Victor to repeat what he said. Frenchie oh oui G in September.
Do you speak French?
Victor repeated. Mr. Bueller understood that the boy didn't know French and turned away. He walked to the blackboard and pointed to the words on the board with his steel-edged ruler. Le botin, he sang. La botin, the students repeated. La botin est sur l'eau, he sang. La botin est sur l'eau. Victor was too weak from failure to join the class. He stared at the board and wished he had taken Spanish, not French. Better yet, he wished he could start his life over. He had never been so embarrassed. He bit his thumb and tore off the slipper of his hand. The bell sounded for fifth period and Victor shot out of the room, avoiding the stares of the other kids. And had to turn from his mouth. He looked sheepishly at the teacher, who was erasing the board. Then widening his eyes in terror as Teresa stood in front of him. I didn't know you were French, she said. That was good. Mr. Bueller looked at Victor and Victor looked back. Oh, please don't say anything, Victor pleaded with his eyes. I'll wash your car, mow your lawn, walk your dog, anything. I'll be your best student and I'll clear your erasers after school. Mr. Bueller shuffled through the papers on his desk. He smiled and hummed as he sat back down to work. He remembered his college years when he dated a girl and borrowed cars. She thought he was rich because each time he picked her up, he had a different car. It was fun until he had spent all his money on her and had to write home to his parents because he was broke. Victor couldn't stand to look at Teresa. He was sweating with shame. Yeah, well, I picked up a few things from Lucas and books and stuff like that. They left the class together. Teresa asked him if he would help her with French. Sure, anytime. Victor said, I won't be bothering you, will I? Oh, no, I like being bothered. Bonjour, Teresa said, leaving him outside her next class. She smiled and pushed wisps of hair from her face. Yeah, right. Bonjour, Victor said. He turned and headed to his class. The rose bushes of shame on his face became bouquets of love.
Buckets of what? Yes, it is Coco. Coco, are you okay? Okay. I'm gonna finish the story.
Teresa is a great girl, and Mr. Bueller is a good guy. He raced to middle shop. After middle shop, there was biology, and after biology, a long sprint to the public library, where he checked out 3 French textbooks. He was going to like 7th grade.
What a good story. I wonder if Coco's okay.